Hello and welcome to our Introduction to Course Pathways in LEL. Let's jump right in. A pathway relates to any given route of study that you may follow throughout your time at university. These pathways exist to show you which course modules will cover the same areas of LEL, so that if you find you're interested in a particular module at Level 1, you can have a good idea of which modules you'll also find interesting at Levels 2 and 3. Generally, the knowledge you will gain along any given pathway will become more specific as you approach later years. Broadly speaking, modules can be divided into 3 levels. Level 1 modules are those you can expect to study in your first year, Level 2 in your second year, and Level 3 modules in your final year. The idea is that you will gain broad knowledge at Level 1 and will build upon this as you progress towards your final year. Whilst all the modules you will take in the LEL department will relate directly to either linguistics or English language, there is some internal variation within these fields. These internal areas include, but are not limited to, grammar, which concerns the study of syntax and sentence structure, phonetics and phonology, which concern the study of sounds, semantics and pragmatics, which concern the study of meaning and context, psycholinguistics, which concerns the study of how language and the brain interact, sociolinguistics, which concerns the study of language within different communities. These are just some of the key areas that you might choose to study during your degree. These different fields of linguistics roughly correspond to pathways within the LEL department, the information for which you can find on Blackboard within the LEL community page. Here, there are a couple of documents that show how the various areas of linguistics may map onto the course module options offered at the University of Manchester. What is important to note is that these modules may and do change over time, but that generally, the modules will correspond broadly with the core areas of linguistics. For example, for 2022 to 2023, the course module relating to phonetics and phonology at Level 1 is the sounds of language, which can then be followed at Level 2 by courses such as phonology and/or experimental phonetics. As another example, if you have a particular interest in cognition and the role of the brain in human language development, you could start with language, mind, and brain at Level 1, and then work your way up to psycholinguistics at Level 2. You may use the Sample Pathways document to help inform your module choices at each level. As you progress into Level 2 and Level 3, you will have a much larger number of module options to choose from. Take care, though, as many of these modules have prerequisites, or modules that you are required to have already taken in order to be allowed to access a specific module. For example, in order to be able to take the Level 2 module Phonology, you must have taken the Level 1 module The Sounds of Language in a previous year. Similarly, if you want to take Experimental Phonetics at Level 3, not only must you have taken the Sounds of Language from Level 1, but it is recommended that you have also taken the Level 2 modules Phonology and Quantitative Methods in Language Sciences. Broadly speaking, these pathways should not worry you. It is just a good idea to look ahead at what modules you might be interested in at later levels in order to make sure you have studied the prerequisite modules at earlier stages. All prerequisite and co-requisite LEL modules are detailed in this chart, which you should be able to access via the LEL community page on Blackboard. Make sure you look through it carefully, as you want to make sure you've checked all the boxes for any Level 2 and 3 courses you find interesting. Be sure to complete your course unit selection as soon as you can, so that you can be fully prepared to start your first year. To do this, you can access the Student System portal on My Manchester to enroll on your chosen modules. How to do this will be explained in the email marketing materials that you will receive over the summer. If you have any questions or issues regarding your module selection, you can reach out to the SALC Program Office for assistance. We hope you found this guide helpful in explaining LEL pathways. See you soon!